Did you know using your browser in incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy? Take back your privacy with IPVanish VPN. Just one tap and all your data, passwords, communications, browsing history, and more will be instantly protected. IPVanish makes you virtually invisible online. Use IPVanish on all your devices, anytime you go online at home and especially on public Wi-Fi. Get IPVanish now for 70% off a yearly plan with this exclusive offer at ipvanish.com/audio. Did you know using your browser in incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy? Take back your privacy with IPVanish VPN. Just one tap and all your data, passwords, communications, browsing history, and more will be instantly protected. IPVanish makes you virtually invisible online. Use IPVanish on all your devices, anytime you go online at home and especially on public Wi-Fi. Get IPVanish now for 70% off a yearly plan with this exclusive offer at ipvanish.com/audio.
Robots Radio. Games, lore, stories, community. Just press play. Welcome to the Fallout Lorecast, the podcast that explores the boundaries of our knowledge about the world of Fallout. Wastelanders, Vault Dwellers, welcome back to the Fallout Lorecast. This is your host, Tom, or Robots, and I'm here today with our patrons for the very last episode that I'm recording this year of the Fallout Lorecast. And it's going to be a lot of fun because today we are talking about having a holiday party in the Wasteland and who our three main friends, companions, they can be actual companions from the games, they can be anybody else from any of the games, who we would invite to our holiday party in order to have the best holiday party in the Wasteland. And it doesn't have to make sense. You can invite somebody from across the entire map and just bring them all into one location, right? Like who you're going to pick and what that party would be like when you and those three other people get there. And to join me in this discussion today, I have some of our patrons joining us, of course. And you know what, guys, go ahead and unmute yourselves. I'm going to go through, I'm going to name all four of you, and then you're going to tell me, I'm just going to say, welcome this person, this person, this person, this person. And then on the count of three, you all are going to say how you welcome everyone to your party. Just what you would say when they arrive. Ready? Here we go. We've got Maverick joining us again. Got your gun, Lil Green, Neurodivergent Dweller, and we've got somebody else joining us right now. Cameron, welcome everybody. How would you greet your friends to your holiday party? 3, 2, 1, go.
Leave your gun at the
everybody.
door.
I love the different things that we're getting here. So welcome back, everybody. This is going to be awesome. So and chat, welcome here as well. Man, it's the 27th as we record this. We're almost at the end of the year, and it has been this is like the. Guys, we've gone multiple years now. This show is getting old. And some of you guys have been with us a long time, specifically Maverick. Maverick has been with us a very, very long time. Maverick, welcome back to the show. Do you want to kick us off? You're kind of like, you're an alumni of the show for a very long time now.
Oh, yes. Yes, I've been here for a while. A lot of people know me.
Well,
some people that I don't want to know me, but yes.
Okay. So who would you invite to your holiday party? You're having a holiday party in the Wasteland. You've got your wherever you are that you live in the Wasteland. We've all talked about where we would want to live before. I think that was one of those previous episodes. But who would you invite specifically to your holiday party?
So three people.
Three people. Right.
Okay. So I would first where is it? The detective dude. I forget his name.
The detective dude.
Nick Valentine. From Fallout.
Yeah, Nick Valentine.
Yeah,
right.
yes. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. No, it's like names escape me all the time. So you're reaching out to Nick Valentine and you're saying, "Hey, Nick, come out to the party.
Come over here, man.
All right,
let's have a party."
Okay. I have a feeling he'd be pretty chill at a party. Okay, who else? Mm-hmm. Who else are you bringing in this group?
I would bring my favorite dude of all time. Commonwealth, Minutemen.
Preston? Preston Garvey?
Mr. Preston Garvey.
Mr. Preston Garvey. Okay. Another kind of chill dude. All right. I
want to have a chill party here.
This is a chill party. No, there's nothing wrong with a chill party.
Chill party.
All right. So Preston's joining as well.
Yeah, and I would have, what was the other third? I had three before.
Dog meat.
Dog meat. Yes.
Is that it?
The chillest of them all.
I was just joking, but because he's not really a person, he's a dog. But okay, so you got dog meat, and then Preston, and then Nick Valentine.
Yeah.
Man, and what are you serving at your party?
I would be serving Brahmin steaks.
Oh, I bet dog meat would love that.
I would be having the mole rat meat.
Okay.
All cooked to perfection, of course.
Lots of meat. Lots of just barbecue.
Barbecue. That's it. Yeah. Because there's not much snow. You can do the barbecue outside.
Okay. All right.
We would have, I know where I would have this party too, because I have it all set up in my game in Fallout 4.
Okay. So where would it be?
It would be at the Red Rocket Station, right at the beginning of the game, right across from the other place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got what you're talking about.
We all know the place.
Yeah. Okay. So you're at the Red Rocket Station and you got your group here. Now, why this specific group? Why these individuals?
Because they seem super chill. They don't want to kill you every time you see them.
That's true. That's true. They're a pretty trustworthy group too, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like Nick Valentine, solid dude. Preston Garvey, solid dude. Dog meat, bestest boy in the wasteland.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's open this up. What do you guys think about this party? Would you want to go to this party? Who wants to chime in? Lil?
I mean, yeah, it does seem like a very chill, relaxed party in my eyes, to be honest. And it's something I would definitely enjoy the company of.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I bounce between like having a nice, relaxed evening or like depending on the situation, raging and causing mosh pits and opening up stuff on a dance floor at a wedding. So I float between the two extremes.
One or the other. Yeah. No super mutants, no rabid ghouls or anything like that running around. All right. What about the rest of you guys? What do you think? Who else wants to chime in? Feel free. Nova?
Seems like it'd be really fun time. You just go there, you just hang out, maybe get a little bit tipsy, then have a nice conversation with them while you're petting dog meat, or you're having dog meat across your lap because he's a lap dog.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, no, like sometimes the holidays are a lot, like it's fun at certain times in your life. And if you're in a certain mood to go to certain kinds of parties that are a little bit more crazy or something that's a little bit more out there. But then sometimes you just want a nice relaxing night with your friends,
Well, in the country, we save those more wild times for the summer, while like winter time is too cold to go out and do anything like that. So we come inside, we just have a nice relaxing party around the fireplace.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. Well, that's a good one, Maverick. Thanks for starting us off with that. I'm curious to see if anyone else will pick any of the same people you picked. Who would like to go next? Who's hankering is the word that came to mind. Maybe
I'll jump in.
Southern.
Why not?
Neurodivergent Dweller, welcome. This is your first time here. Welcome to the show. Yeah.
This is so strange because I'm so used to just listening to the show. So yeah.
Right. We're real people with faces and stuff. It's crazy,
know,
right?
It's weird.
Yeah. So who's attending your holiday party?
So I am gonna start with my main man, Robert McCready. Deacon.
Okay.
Deacon and Hancock.
Wow. Okay. McCready.
Because I feel like it's just going to be lots of laughter.
This is a very different type of party than Mavericks. Wow. Okay. So paint the picture for me. Where do you have a specific location in mind, or just like how is the setting decorated? Are you playing music? Like what is going on here?
Yeah, I kind of just feel like the third rail. You've got Magnolia kind of just singing in the background.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, just everyone's kind of chill. You've got the VIP room that nobody ever seems to go into. So yeah, I think it would be
a little fancier than just like in your own place. Okay. Cool. All right. So say that again. You got McCready, Deacon, and Hancock, right? Those were the three. All right, man. I feel like this is one of those parties where you have to be careful about what comes up in conversation, just in case you don't upset somebody, especially somebody who's already had a few drinks. Like somebody like Hancock, you say the right thing, they might be a little bit pissed off and just, react a little bit extremely, and then somebody like McCready or Deacon might also respond to that in a different way, just depending, politics or religion or whatever, right? That kind of thing. So you just got to be a little bit careful, but that might make it more exciting.
Yeah, I also kind of feel like party games with them. Can you imagine like Truth or Dare with Deacon?
Oh my God. Like, how would you know if he's lying?
That's the thing.
I don't know if you would be able to know. I mean, it might just, like, all of his truths also might just be so extreme that, like, okay.
Or like 2 truths and a lie or something.
Yeah, I can imagine that as well. All right, well, let's open this one up. What do you guys think about this crew? Who wants to chime in on this one? Would you guys invite the 3 of these to your party?
This sounds like one of Lou Green's mosh pits about to happen.
Yeah. Do you think they'd all get along?
Well, I mean, Hancock and McCready already exist in the same neighborhood, and and Deacon often visits.
Right. Good
but neighbors.
But also Deacon under the guise of being somebody other than himself, right?
I suppose, yeah.
So,
like, I think they would get along as long as they don't get too wasted or too drunk, honestly, or like some other stupid thing doesn't happen like that.
Well, I feel like there's definitely going to be drinks there. Neuro
and Kim's, yeah, definitely that as well. Hey, some Jet
and Kim's. Oof. All right. How are you maintaining the mood here? How are you keeping the peace, I guess, is the best way to phrase that.
I kind of feel like it would be just all about like sharing stories. I don't know. I feel like the 3 of them would have some really interesting stories. So just kind of get them talking about themselves, or just kind of gonna like get into that.
No, that's brilliant. That would actually be really cool to hear each of them, a few drinks in going into like, well, let me tell you about the time this thing happened. And then like, and everybody like, whoa, man, that's crazy. And then sharing their own crazy stories and then bonding over that. Actually, I think that's a really good call. Anybody else have any thoughts on this group? Would you guys go?
I guess I'll go.
Yeah,
it sounds like it would be a pretty wild party with Hancock there. Knowing Hancock's background and everything. Let's see here. Like, McCready and what was it? Deacon?
Mm-hmm.
Deacon sounds like he would make it a little bit more fun, as well as with Hancock. But McCready sounds like he'd be sitting at the bar by himself, just sitting there kind of having a couple of drinks. That's just how I see it. But that'd be a pretty fun group.
Yeah, I feel like the idea of getting them all to open up and start sharing stories would be a really good way to bond a group of people like that, because they're all going to have crazy stories, right? And they're all going to try and one up each other. Well, let me tell you about the time this happened, like that kind of thing. And yeah, that could be a lot of fun. I think that would be really cool. All right.
Can I say?
Maverick? Yeah, chime in, Maverick.
Yes. Yeah. So, I would love to come to this party just for the conversation, not so much the fighting or the mosh pits.
Right, assuming everyone's getting along, right?
Yeah, assuming. Let's assume here, just for a minute here, that everyone's getting along. So, yeah, I would come. I wouldn't see. I would stay close to my morals, know what to say and what not, like you're saying, because some of these people can get offended pretty easily and know their way around a gun.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. And would be happy to call you out, put you in your place. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Or shoot you somewhere.
Yes. Somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Neuro, do you have any other final thoughts on this? What would you be serving at the party beyond just like the music and the drinks?
I want to say moot fruit for some reason.
Okay. All right.
I don't know. I think probably like kind of like barbecue type food, like just do girls even eat the Hancock just be kind of...
Yeah, I think they can. They don't need to, but they can. That's one of those foggy places in the lore where it's like a ghoul can survive in a refrigerator for 100 years without having eaten anything, and it's somehow who knows. It's one of those foggy bits, but I would imagine they could still enjoy eating if they have taste buds left.
Yeah.
I suppose. It would just make sense that you would have to at least consume something.
Yeah.
Just basic biology has to work somehow, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, this is definitely the more exciting party of the two. So we've got chill party, we've got exciting party. Who would like to go next? Lil's up. Lil's up next.
Alrighty. So I'm also going to invite Hancock.
Okay. Hancock's coming to your party too.
Kate and the King.
Kate and the King.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
because I feel like the King would, being the always studying Elvis would be perfect entertainment, and then Kate and Hancock are just like fun people to be around. I feel like once Kate loosens up, but I just feel like that'd be a good time in general.
Okay, so you got the King kind of being a little bit more entertaining, and then you've got Hancock and Kate, also a very strongly opinionated character with a rough background. Okay, so paint the picture for us. Where is this at? What kind of party? What kind of music? Are you just having Elvis music? Is it all just like we'll have a blue Christmas?
Hey, I would probably just have it at at Sanctuary, just because the way when I in my playthroughs, I just rebuild around one of the houses and just make it my own. It's just because I'm horrible at building in the game.
That's what I do too.
But,
I just only build at Sanctuary.
That I would love to have at the party would be what is it?
I don't know. Food.
Sorry, I just got a message from my manager. I'll read that in a second.
Fun thing. Nuka. Oh, okay. So it's this kind of party.
Yes.
So it's a Nuka.
No one's going to remember this.
It's a Nuka Shine party. All right. Are you feeding them too, or are they just drinking Nuka Shine on empty bellies?
I would have other food, but the main staple I want to make sure is the Nuka Shine, because that's where things just get interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. All of a sudden your guests just wander off and then wake up somewhere halfway across the map.
Yeah. But hey, be a fun night.
All right. So we've got chill party. We've got interesting story party. And now we've got Nuka Shine drunk with the King party. Is that what we should call this one? Okay.
I think this would be defined as a frat party.
It's kind of fratty. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, this needs to take place in the university in Fallout 76, in one of those frat houses over there. I agree. This does sound like a frat party that I would be totally down. But
Maverick wants to go to every party.
I like parties. Okay?
Yeah, there you go.
Parties are fun. So
I think it's funny that they're calling it a fraternity party, because I am actually part of a fraternity.
Oh, there you're already step 1 done. Step 2, get your Nuka Shine done, boy.
So, Lil, would you be partaking in the Nuka Shine as well?
I mean, yeah. Why wouldn't I?
Because you might end up in the middle of the map somewhere, unconscious, and then eaten by a death claw.
If I'm able to get these people to a party, I should be able to survive randomly spawning in the middle of the map.
I love that they you randomly spawn. That's actually what happens in Fallout 76. For anybody who's not aware, in Fallout 76, if you drink Nuka Shine, the regular Nuka Shine, you see a bunch of colors and then you black out, and then the load screen pops up, and all of a sudden you're somewhere randomly on the map, or at least it feels random. I'm sure there's specific locations, but you feel like you're waking up somewhere on the map. And so the assumption is that you got so drunk that you just wandered off, or somebody dragged you out there, or whatever. So there's some sort of story between when you black out and how you got where you were going, right? So I feel like that's the dangerous part. is and then of course laying there, out in the middle of the wasteland somewhere, able to be eaten by anything. is also a little scary. This is an extreme party. This is some extreme partying, Lil. Who else is down for Lil's extreme party? Who else would want to go? If you guys all were invited, raise your hand. Would you attend? Wow, I can't see Nova's hand because he's not on camera. Nova, would you attend?
I'm not raising my hand.
No, Nova's the only one. The rest of you guys are all like, yeah, we're down.
I've been to those parties in real life. I'd rather not go again.
Yeah, I played in a rock band and toured. I've been around a lot of inebriated people. I don't know that I need to do that anymore.
July for me, so I'm good.
Really? So you're like,
yes.
Nope, no thanks.
Last 4th of July, I was driving 2 boats at the same time, so it's fine.
What? Wow.
I'll explain later.
Yeah,
right, now is not the time.
We'll have to get that story later. Okay. Gat, you would go to this party? You want to chime in about it?
It sounds like a pretty fun party. I literally just kind of had a brain fart of who was all going again.
So it's the King, Kate, and Hancock.
Oh yeah, that would. Well, you have
and Lil Green.
Okay, and Lil Green.
And Lil Green. He's hosting.
For a hot second there, I switched Kate with Curie for a hot second there.
Yeah, no, Curie would be way more chill than Kate for sure.
Well, then you'd also have Curie trying to,
Are you sure you'll be drinking another?
alcohol.
This is your 17th drink. This is your 17th beverage. Are you sure you? The medical problem, the issues with drinking too much alcohol include, right? She'd be saying things like that.
But to me, that sounds like it would be a real fun party to join in on. Hang out, have fun.
Would you drink the Nuka Shine?
I would try to drink the Nuka Shine. I don't like the idea of popping up somewhere randomly on the map, but you got to at least try something once.
All right. Wow. Lil Green's pushing the boundaries on this. Anyone else want to chime in before we move on?
I can kind of see this turning into like The Hangover, trying to track everybody down and figure out what happened during the night. So
yeah, the Hangover Fallout edition. Somebody needs to make that would be awesome. A YouTube movie about this. That would be great. Who's the lone wolf? Lil, are you the lone wolf? I think that might be Lil.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Oh, that's amazing. I
don't mind being the lone wolf.
That's awesome. Okay.
Right. Where'd your tooth go, dude?
Good question.
Is there a baby? Is a baby involved?
Baby Deathclaw.
A baby.
Why is there a mattress on the roof?
Ooh.
All right. So we've got those 3. We've got 2 more to do, but it's the middle of the show. So I need to go thank you guys and the rest of our patrons. So we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. It's time for that spring reset. I'm taking a look at everything in my closet and figuring out that, oh no, this absolutely needs to go. And it's about time I replace things so that my clothes aren't older than my 15-year-old. Now you might think that they lasted that long because they were well made, but no, they're in terrible condition. Unlike the new jeans I just got from Quince. Jeans have always been my personal go-to because you can kind of wear them for lots of different things, but maybe they're not your thing. Maybe you're looking for, 100% European linen with insanely soft flow knit activewear fabric. It's definitely getting warmer, and their flow knit activewear is moisture wicking, anti-odor, and soft enough that you'll actually want to wear it every day. So pick out what you want. You can't go wrong because they have prices 50 to 60% less than similar brands. And like I said before, they are high quality. I continue to wear their clothes all the time, and I know that these new jeans are going to last me a lot better than the other things in my wardrobe. And on top of it, they look great. They're so comfortable, and I spent just as much on the jeans that I am now cleaning out of my wardrobe. So if you're looking for something better, just all around better, go check out Quince. So go do it right now. Refresh your wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/falloutlore for free shipping and 365-day returns. Now available in Canada too. Go to quince.com/falloutlore for free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/falloutlore.
Did you know using your browser in incognito mode doesn't actually protect your privacy? Take back your privacy with IPVanish VPN. Just one tap and all your data, passwords, communications, browsing history, and more will be instantly protected. IPVanish makes you virtually invisible online. Use IPVanish on all your devices, anytime you go online at home and especially on public Wi-Fi. Get IPVanish now for 70% off a yearly plan with this exclusive offer at ipvanish.com/audio.
All right, here we are in the middle of the show. This is where I get to thank our patrons, and we've got some new ones, and I may have already welcomed some of you guys. We've got Gat joining us, who just joined us earlier this month. Thanks for joining us, Gat. We also have Nicholas N, Knight O, let's see, Stephanie S, Devin A, Eli V, and Serenity A, all joining us over the last few weeks. So welcome to the Patreon. Thank you for being here and for your support. And for all 76, we have, Fallout 76. We got 76 patrons right now. That's a funny coincidence. Also, I get to shout out our Sentry bots who get shout outs every week. Dylan R, Larry D, and Mark C. Thank you so much to you guys as well for supporting the show. And if you're interested in joining us on a future episode like this, or just getting ad-free episodes, or t-shirts, or heck, you could even get a hoodie. Lil Green's wearing the hoodie right now. That just got sent out to a bunch of patrons who have been signed up at tier 4 for the last 3 months. So very cool stuff. Go to patreon.com/Fallout Lorecast. You can check out all the different stuff you can get for helping to support the show. And thanks to you guys, I am able to do this as my full-time thing, this show and the other shows that I do on the network. So thank you for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. Also, we have some reviews to read out. If you leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, we'll read it out on a future episode of the show. I think some of these come in at weird times on my thing. So I think these 3 I haven't read yet. So here, we're going to jump into this one. We have Juster257S at Twitch, which is like an advertisement. So go check out that channel from Canada, who writes, fantastic, highly recommend. Wasn't into Fallout until I played the 4th installment. Haven't played much of 76, but now that it's runnable, I've been hopping on. Was very interested in the lore. This man has explained so much and expanded on topics I didn't think about. Whenever I have a question, the man delivers. I guess I'm the man. That's pretty cool. Made me excited about a franchise after Halo and Call of Duty disappointed. This podcast has made me feel so excited about a video game universe again. So that's awesome. Thank you so much, Juster. Then we have one from Night Onyx in the US who wrote the top Fallout podcast. And they wrote, the Fallout podcast, or I'm sorry, Fallout Lorecast is the best Fallout podcast out there. I've been listening for almost 3 years now and have just signed up for the Patreon as well, finally. I deeply appreciate the weekly episodes and their wide variety of topics having to do with all of the Fallout games and the amazing characters, events in them. This podcast is a great mix of serious and technical lore, deep diving, as well as laughing about wacky and fun things that make the Fallout universe so amazing. I would only ask for more Brotherhood of Steel content because I'm a major fan, as well as some more focused on 76, since it is the current game for us dedicated Fallout fans. Keep up the great work, robots, and ad Victorium. Yeah, we'll be getting to more 76 stuff this year for sure, this upcoming year. Then we got one more from iRosa in Great Britain, who writes, Get on. Geddon. Been binging this Lorecast from the first episode for the past couple months at work, and it's amazing. Good to listen to the in-depth aspects of anything and everything within the games. I've heard stuff that I've missed on Fallout 76, and I need to go back and do. Cheers, Bird. Ross, Cornwall, England. Ross, thank you so much. And thank you to everybody who takes time to leave ratings, to rate the show on Apple Podcasts. Also, you can rate the show on Spotify. That helps as well. And just being part of the community and hanging out. I really do appreciate you guys being here. So thanks to everybody for doing that. Thank you for a wonderful year. This podcast continues to grow, and it's because of you guys helping share it and listening and being part of the community. So thank you for being here. I can't tell you how much I do appreciate it. So, all right, I'm going to stop chatting your ears off about this stuff, and let's get on with the rest of the parties that everyone's throwing. Here we go.
Hello there, old chap. Good to see another of General Atomic's finest, still eager to serve.
All right, we're back. And Bennett is able to join us now, too. Bennett just jumped in. And just a reminder, and so Bennett knows, we are talking about throwing a holiday party in the wasteland and who the 3 people are from any of the Fallout games that we would invite to our party. So that's the topic of today. And who would like to go next? Do we have a volunteer?
I can.
All right, Nova, you're up.
All right. I think the 3 people I would like most to invite to a party would be Piper Wright from Fallout 4, Arcade Gannon from New Vegas, and then also Doc Mitchell as well.
Wow.
I just feel like it'd be very interesting to sit down with Arcade and Doc Mitchell with Piper and like kind of listen to Piper slowly peel back the layers on them as the party slowly goes on. And like she's doing like her almost investigative reporting, except like she's just slowly peeling away the layers on them so you can hear more and more about Arcade's experience with the Enclave, and then Doc Mitchell, because Doc Mitchell is apparently a wizard, able to pull lead slugs out of like fragments of a 9mm bullet out of someone's cranium,
right, and bring them back to life somehow
without any brain damage. And so it'd be interesting to hear Piper slowly peel back the layers like they're an onion and reveal more and more about them, and just sit there and listen to them.
Yeah, that man. Like that's a very interesting. So we've had like chill party, we have exciting party, we have frat party, drink too much Nuka Shine, and then we've got this party, which is more of like a I can imagine you could do this at your house, but you could also just like do it at like a nice bar where you've got like everyone's got some like fancy mixed drinks and everyone like. She's kind of interviewing them, sort of. Yeah. But like, tell me more.
Just because dog meat, I want dog meat there too. But like,
okay,
all right. Well, that kind of be the idea, is because like these are, in my mind, Arcade and Doc Mitchell are the two most interesting characters in New Vegas that like you get to interact with a lot. Like besides House, obviously, but like, right. I'm not gonna sit there and try to interview House. He's kind of a narcissistic asshole.
Okay, right. You'd also have to bring his entire like whole like chamber getup thing that like he's in.
Or you could just send one of his Securitrons and you just
talk to him through the Securitron.
Yeah. But like, I don't know. I just feel like those. I just feel like not even just like. It's not really much of a Christmas party. It's really just more of an interview. Like
interviews. Well, how do you set the mood? How do you set like, is this at a separate place like I suggested? Is it at your place?
Definitely would be at either a bar or a cigar lounge.
Yeah. I feel like one of those places, like the lights are dim. It's nice and chill. Everybody's able to just kind of open up and share, and everyone's just listening to the other person talk about a thing and asking some questions.
Exactly. Yeah. And then just like kind of just talking back and forth without even really having to have any sort of real celebration. It's really just, you're there, you're a little bit tipsy, a little bit just because you're drinking whiskey, scotch, beer, whatever, Jack and Coke. Probably. I see Arcade Gannon just going there sitting with a Nuka Cola.
Right.
That's all he's drinking because he's very straight and he's really straight to the point. And just slowly letting any pretense of like slowly letting like they're upheld, because you could know for a fact Arcade's very anxious about anyone knowing about his past and his relation with the Enclave. Slowly letting that slowly melt away as he becomes more comfortable. And
somebody like Piper being somebody like good at interviews, being able to just kind of like coax a little bit more out of him and get him to open up a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. And then same thing with Doc Mitchell, because even though he's not very apprehensive about saying anything about his past, he does, like, I feel like you'd have to work a little bit more out of him or to get more straight answers, because I think he tries to dumb down a lot of things that he says to speak with the average person. Well, with Piper, she's very clever. With Arcade, he's also very clever. I feel like you could get a better grasp of the actual person that he is, because he would feel more comfortable inside of like talking to a peer-to-peer setting rather than it would be talking to some random wastelander.
That's true. Yeah, I could see that too. Yeah, he there's a feeling of like, yeah, that was the past, but it doesn't really matter right now. Like when he talks about things. That's the kind of vibe I get. So yeah, I think maybe you're right. Maybe he would open up a little bit more to people who he thinks genuinely care about that stuff.
Yeah, and then it'd be very interesting to hear them all three talk about it, because Piper has had some very crazy experiences that she's like hinted at throughout your entire experience with her as she's a companion. Like my favorite one is where she was at Bunker Hill and she encountered the
cannibals.
No, not the cannibals. It was the radiation cult.
Oh, right.
The sewers. Yeah. Yes. Children of Adams at the sewers. And so it would be very interesting to hear her talk about stuff like that as well, and her perspective on these different groups, because she gets out and about a lot more often than Doc Mitchell or or Kay does. And so it'd be fun to see how she presents this thing, and then these two retorting in different ways to get a better, like to let them say their perspective on these groups as well, and really dissect the anatomy of how they perceive them, and maybe their alternative motives, or like their main motives, and maybe what's wrong about it or what's good about it as well.
Right. I totally get it. So we got another kind of more chill party. People hanging out. Okay, let's open this up. What do you guys think? Who would like to go to this party? Raise your hands. Who'd be like, I'd like to go. I'd be down with this. Yeah.
And Maverick has everybody as well, like usual.
Yeah, Maverick definitely wants to be there. Maverick, do you think this would be a fun party?
I feel like this party would be chiller than mine, to be honest. I have the chill party. The barbecue party.
The barbecue party. The barbecue chill party.
Yes.
Would you enjoy being a fly on the wall at this thing, or would you be like in there asking questions?
Well, I would like to be a fly on the wall at this point, seeing what other people have to say. Eventually I would go in and talk myself, but then to find that right moment to butt into conversations, ask questions, it's
just kind of let them talk for a while. Yeah. I got you. All right. Who else wants to chime in? Who else thinks that this would be cool, and why? Any other thoughts? Do you like going to these kinds of more chill engagements, just kind of hanging out, talking about stuff? I'm getting some nods. I have to explain the nods because otherwise people can't hear your heads moving. Bennett, what do you think? Do you think this would be particularly enjoyable?
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. I feel like the setting for that type of party would be something I'd vibe with, like a little like whiskey lounge, cigar bar, something like that. That'd be fun. It'd be really fun just to listen to everyone talking. I feel like maybe Doc Mitchell and Arcade Gannon might have some lulls in conversation, but Piper would keep that going. So good mix there.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was thinking. Because like I said, they're both very reserved about talk about their past. And so Piper could really dig in there and like, not be abrasive about it, but she could naturally get the conversation flowing again, or start another topic and try to catch their interest, because she's very talkative, but at the same time, though, she's not going to be one who presses too hard. Right.
And I can imagine that there'd be some interesting bits of stuff that we don't necessarily know yet, from the bits of lore that we get in the games. But like Arcade Gannon telling us a story about like, well, yeah, this was what it was like back then, with the Enclave or whatever. And we being like, oh, you didn't know that part. That's cool. Tell us more about that. So cool. All right. So we got another chill conversational party, like lounge. We'll call this the lounge party. The lounge party. All right. Thanks, Nova. We've got two of you left. Who wants to go next? Either of you? You want to paper, rock, scissors for it?
I can just go if whoever doesn't want to go.
Bennett, go for it.
So is this companions only or just like characters?
This is anybody. It can be anybody.
In that case, I think I would invite Elder Maxon.
Okay.
Elder Lions.
Which Elder Maxon?
From Fallout 4.
Okay, so Fallout 4 is Elder Maxon. Okay.
Yeah, Fallout 4 is Elder Maxon, and then Elder Lions from
okay. All right.
And then Codsworth.
All right. So what is this party like? Paint us a picture.
I just want to hear Elder Maxon from Fallout 4 and Elder Lions, who have just like completely different viewpoints, hash it out over why they think what they think. Codsworth's just there to be their butler.
I can imagine this party being like, obviously the time frames are funny, but like in a perfect setting where like both of them can be there at the same time, right? And be like, one of them shows up at the party first, the next one comes in and goes, oh, he's here. It's going to be one of those, right?
And I feel like whenever they're arguing, Codsworth would just butt in and be like, here, sir, have another beverage.
Okay. All right. So this is like the debate party. I think like they definitely share certain ideologies, but then diverge very strongly in others. Right. So this is going to be like, I'm sure some of you guys are familiar with having parties with relatives or friends who don't share the same political or religious views. And those things come up. And then all of a sudden the next hour is like two people just, debating, and the better version is debating. The worst version is yelling at each other. Or there was a moment where I accidentally laughed at something extended family member said, because I thought it was just absolutely ridiculous. And then that was a big mistake. I had to go give him a hug later and say, listen, man, we're family. I still love you. Let's just keep working through this stuff. We obviously have different opinions about the way reality works, but it's cool. Let's just move on. Would you guys want to go to this party? What do you think? Maverick's got his hand up. Cat's got his hand up. We got some rolling, some of the line. I don't know if I want to be there for that. All right, so this one's a little less popular. All right, Maverick, chime in. What do you want to go to this party?
I want to see if they start fighting.
I want to see if someone. I don't think lions would throw the first punch.
No, I don't think so either. Which I would love to see. To be honest, I wouldn't get in between them in case someone does throw a punch.
Oh, so you would help like referee it and be like, all right, everybody needs to chill out. You would like
no.
You wouldn't do it.
Way.
Oh, you get out of the way.
I'd get out of the way.
Placing bets.
Wow.
Yes, I would. Seeing who wins, who loses.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Codsworth has to pull out the little flamethrower and just kind of shoot it between them to keep them separated.
Yeah. Cogsworth and I would give Cogsworth my money and say, here, you're the third party in our bet. Hold this.
Okay. All right. Anybody else have any thoughts on this one?
I do have a question. Mm-hmm. Would it be at the time of Fallout 3 or Fallout 4? Like, would this be taking place? Because you have to remember that.
Yeah. The timing here is very important.
Maxon is like 26 at the time of Fallout 4. At Fallout 3, he's like 10.
He's very young. I'm assuming that we're getting like a mature Lions and a mature Maxon in the same room, right? I think that's where you're going with it, Bennett, right? Yeah, Bennett's nodding his head.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'd be one of those. I feel like it would just be another family dinner almost. Like you said.
Another family dinner. Do you have these regularly, Nova?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
But could you imagine how Codsworth would react if they did start fighting at the party?
Oh, dear sir. Violence at a holiday party? My goodness, sir. Yeah, he'd be saying things like that for sure.
I'd still be all in for it.
Never seen popcorn on the side. Yeah. So, Bennett, how do you think this party ends?
They probably just stop talking to each other.
They just get mad and finally walk away.
Yeah.
Someone's got a black eye.
I feel like they would start their conversation with common ground, like, oh, brotherhood, power armor, technology. But then when they get like in depth, like how they justify the ends to their means,
right?
Lines like, so you're saying that you don't care about anyone but the brotherhood,
right?
No one else, because all you care about is the brotherhood.
Maxon tells some story about some terrible thing they did to some other group and how he was so proud of his men, and then Lyons is like, well, I don't know about that, and then he goes, what do you mean you don't know about, and then things go down from there.
I feel like Elder Lyons would just like take the high ground and just kind of like I think he would take the high ground and just stop talking, because he would realize that just at that point debating any farther would be a complete waste of time, and that it would save everyone a lot of trouble after they get the main point out of the way. I feel like he would just kind of stop talking and move on to a different subject, because he realizes, because he's 100 years old, that
he's a mature guy.
Waste of time. Yeah, exactly. And like whenever you talk to him in game, he has a lot of regrets in life. I can see that. Like when he did this, when he went through the pit and he killed all the raiders in the pit.
Right. Like
he at the time he thought it was a good idea, but then actually in the game itself, though, I think he kind of regrets that, though, because in Fallout 3, he's trying to help everyone, not just the civilians, but he's trying to reform the raiders in a way to make them less raidery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's part of how he came to his less common understanding of the way to handle things as a Brotherhood leader, I guess. Yeah. Is this the things he learned through what he believes are the mistakes he made in his life. Which is realistic, like as a human, you hopefully you make mistakes, but then hopefully you grow from that and you learn and you move on. So yeah, maybe he would avoid the conflict and just kind of like, all right, let's just not even talk about that. Just kind of move on to other things. That might
be. Go back to bashing on the muties.
Sure, like find common ground again on something else. Yeah. I could see that too. Bennett, this was a cool one. Each of you guys have gone very differently with these. This is part of why I love these conversations, because everybody always brings something that's from a different angle, and it's so fun. Well, we're at the last one here. Gat, you're up.
Honestly, I wasn't really prepared for this one at all, because it's honestly been a really long time since I've played any Fallout games, but I figured out 3 during this time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm thinking Deacon, Codsworth, and 3 Dog.
Okay, Deacon, Codsworth, and 3 Dog. All right, so paint us a picture. Tell us about your party.
I don't know. We'd probably have it over at Sanctuary Hills, have a barbecue, maybe, as Phoenix said in the Twitch chat there, maybe some 300-year-old deviled eggs.
Right. Okay.
Probably, 3 Dog gets the music going, and we just have some fun. And of course, you got Codsworth there in his accent with that, what is it, that British?
Yeah, he's got a very posh British accent, sir. Yes. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yes. All right. So you got 3 Dog spinning some tunes. 3 Dog knows his tunes. You got that handled probably. And then you got Codsworth, probably, I would imagine he's helping manage the party. He's helping serve food and stuff. Or is he there as just a guest? Like, are you like, no, Codsworth, you're off today. I'm going to handle this.
Maybe a little bit of both, help me out a little bit.
Okay. And then Deacon.
Yeah.
So why Deacon?
To me, he's kind of, he's got that comedic side of him. He's got that mysterious side of him. You never know what he's going to show up in. He's going to, kind of surprise you on something.
Right. I mean, he's kind of a charismatic personality, kind of like 3 Dog's also a charismatic personality, right?
Yeah.
So like it's like you brought like the fun people is what this feels like. And then there's also Codsworth, who can be fun, but he's Codsworth, right? So is this like the fun without being too crazy party? Is that what this is?
I guess you could say that, probably.
Okay. All right. And you're hosting this at your place? Is this like a house gathering?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Cool. That works. All right. Let's open this up. What do you guys think? You guys want to go to this party? Raise your hands. Who's interested in hanging out with these guys? All right. Everybody. Like, I don't know if Nova, are you interested in hanging out here?
Yeah, I would be.
Okay. Everybody's cool with this. Everyone's like, yeah, this seems like a good party. I think it'd be cool to meet 3 Dog. And we haven't talked about 3 Dog yet tonight. I mean, I'm sure he's got stories, right? And then he's probably going to tell them in a really interesting, fun way. So that would be fun. Who wants to chime in here? What do you guys think? Well, Bennett.
I feel like after 3 Dog and Deacon talk for a bit, 3 Dog's going to realize Deacon has a bunch of stories and be like, hey, you need to come get on my radio.
Yeah.
And like you broadcast these out to people. He's like, you're working for the railroad? Let's tell everyone over the radio.
Yeah.
And I feel like Deacon would have too much fun with it and get annoying to 3 Dog on the radio.
when he's the guest, when he goes to guest, he would get annoyed from being on. Okay.
Yeah, I feel like 3 Dog would get annoyed with Deacon, because I think Deacon would try and like steal the show from him, sort of like, you know what I'm saying? Like kind of monopolize the conversation while he's on the radio.
Okay. Interesting. That's an interesting dynamic. Maverick, did you want to chime in?
Yes, I did. I would. Yeah, we never did talk about 3 Dog, but yeah, I would love to see all the stories and all the. I would feel like this is the chill but not too chill party. This is like the normal party, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd still attend because I'm always down for a good party. Yeah, Deacon and like Bennett was saying, Deacon and 3 Dog chatting it up. It would probably just be like different family members talking, all the funny stories and all that. Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, I think you'd get some good stories from both of them for sure. For sure. Absolutely. Anybody else want to chime in on this one?
My question is, would Deke actually be telling the truth, or would he just be lying through his teeth like he usually does?
Well, I guess it depends on if he's undercover or not, right?
It's Deacon. He's not even on it. He's like, whenever you go to a different settlement, he changes clothes with you.
Right. Like, I guess he's just always undercover. Is that the thing? Either way, it'd still be interesting.
It would be, yeah. It'd be a lot of fun just listening to Deacon slowly change his story and manipulate people around him, because it's what he is, a massive manipulator. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And then what Bennett said, if the dog advice went to the radio station, he just comes up dressed completely differently and starts talking. Like make up this completely different story than what actually he did tell Three Dog. It's like, oh, sorry, I guess it just slipped my mind or something like that.
Right.
It's like he could be undercover again. He could just make this huge, elaborate ruse up on the fly as he's going and trying to entice people to join the railroad or hate the Institute more than they already do, even though he's in DC.
Right. right. Yeah, I think it'd be an interesting party. I think that'd be cool. It'd be cool to meet those guys and see the interaction between them, and see Three Dog press him and then push for more info on the questions, and then Deacon have to awkwardly juggle the answers if he's making stuff up or whatever, right? So that could be cool. Or
completely change the subject like he does often with you.
Sure, yeah. They're just kind of redirect it and be like, okay, that was funny. All right. Cool. Well, this was a good one. Gat, thanks for joining. Thanks for sharing this. And then speaking of joining, Bjorn is joining us as well. Just popped in here right at the end. Bjorn, we are talking about hosting our own holiday parties in the Wasteland, and which 3 people we would definitely invite to the party. Would you like to share? Do you have 3 people you'd want to invite to a holiday party?
Honestly, that's a really good question. Do they have to be from the same game, or can it be from any of the games?
From any games across time. It doesn't the rules of reality don't matter here. You're just picking 3 characters from any of the Fallout games. They don't even have to be companions. And you're just saying I'm just somehow teleporting them through time and space, right? And just boom, same party. So who would you pick?
No, cool. Let's see. Honestly, I think first off would probably be, believe it or not, Preston Garvey.
Okay.
Even though I don't want to hear about settlements that need my help.
Right. Well, it's a party, so you can kind of redirect the conversation to other things, right? This isn't about work. That's work, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Maverick mentioned Preston, so you guys share that. So you got Preston. Who else?
I think maybe Hancock for sure.
Okay. Yep. Hancock came. Lil Green's pumping his fist. Yep. So Hancock as well. Also, interesting guy to have at a party.
And do you consider the companions that we can have in our camps in Fallout 76?
It could be any. It could be any character. It doesn't even have to be a companion.
Oh, any character at all. Okay. Yeah. Definitely. I think then there's actually in this new update, I just recently got him. We have Leo in our camp that they introduced, who was the security guard at one of the Nuka-Cola factories. And I really think he'd be interesting to have there. There's some lore there and some things going on that have recently been kind of being introduced into the world of Fallout through Fallout 76 and these recent Nuka World attractions that I think would be interesting to have a chance to talk to him about, pre-war occasion.
Yeah, no, that sounds cool. Okay, so paint the picture of what kind of party is this? Where is it at? What's it like? What are you serving?
So I think a nice spot. There's some of these camping places kind of close to where I live that I personally think would be a great spot to throw a kind of party like this, being outside with friends. I would say for this party, maybe more of a 4th of July type party. I feel like there'd be grilling, be outside, a sunny day. Maybe people would be hanging out. There could be something like fishing or just people swimming around in the water, kind of fun stuff like that. That kind of summer day type party. Because I feel like with enjoying nature. Yeah, I feel like this party in particular with the people that I picked, I just felt like we're really good, genuine people, and I feel like they'd be fun people to get in an environment where you're kind of hanging loose and talking with people and sharing stories. Because I feel like these guys would have a lot to say and talk about that I would really want to hear.
Yeah, enough diversity in their backgrounds and different world perspectives and things without clashing, right?
Yeah, and it's actually funny you say that because I picked them because I thought as different as they were, they kind of shared some cool stuff in common at the same time, or at least I found them in common with myself. And I find it funny that they're such like strong in their personality, you know, and they're kind of like set in who they are, and they all are their own individuals. But I think they all just, how would you say it, project themselves differently without realizing that they all kind of do the same things. For like example, like Preston Garvey and his want to help others, I really feel like ties in with the same way that Hancock really helps or wants to help other people. He cares more about the people around him, even though he doesn't project himself like that. He plays this cool guy, you know, and comes off like nothing gets under his skin. We find out more about him, and I actually found out through the podcast that I was listening to of you discussing it. Mm-hmm. And you know, we find out that he's got a softer side to him, and then, you know, having those guys in the room, getting somewhere where you don't have to have your guard up, you know, in this scenario, I think it'd be really interesting to see how they act and how they would act towards each other.
Yeah. Similar motivation, very different personality types.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I think that would cause some really good conversation. That would just like be, I love conversation. I love talking to people. I love hearing people's stories and their sides of things and their perspectives. And I love talking about it and getting into that different point of view. And I think it'd be awesome to get to learn more about these people, because I really have a respect for each one of them.
Yeah, totally makes sense. Let's open this up. Who wants to go to this party? Is everybody down with this one? I feel like most of you guys are going to be like, yeah, let's go. All right, cool. Anybody else want to chime in with thoughts on how this party would go? Nova?
I'm just, what is Leo's personality like? So I'm not familiar with him.
Leo is actually, he's kind of like a dad figure guy. And that's what I like about him. He actually was a dad before the war. He survived. He had a wife and a son, but they sadly did not survive. And he just kind of talks to you in the camp and tries to like cheer you up. One of his lines is telling you not to look so down, you know, at least you don't look like a prune since he's a ghoul. And when you give him Nuka-Cola, he gives you these inspirational speeches, he says, that like give you these different buffs, but he describes it as like him doing you a favor. And he kind of just sets up in your camp and tells you, hey, I've heard a lot about you, but don't get ahead of yourself. You still are some vault dweller, you know. He's like, but I want to observe you. And so he's pretty cool. He has a funny personality. He talks about seeing people in your camp running around that are like players. And he's like, hey, you know, your buddies from the vault, what's up with them? I saw some guy running around in a barbarian suit just jumping, and
he's very self-aware of like the weirdo, the ways that people play the game. That's great.
I love that. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, that'd be a really fun party to go to then, especially with him just being very meta about everything.
I could see him, you know, in like a Hawaiian shirt and some like shorts, just sitting there like breaking the fourth wall the whole time.
I know.
And people like Preston are just like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
I carved out pineapple as his drink. He's sitting there just slurping at the bar.
Yeah. Cool. Anybody else want to chime in on this one?
So I don't know Leo, but based off how you just described him, like talking about the people in the Grognak costume, I feel like he would just bluntly ask Hancock, like, why are you dressed like a pirate? And then ask Preston, like, why are you dressed like the Revolutionary War? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. I didn't even think about that, to be completely honest. That would be hilarious, though.
Right.
Why are you wearing? You call yourself John Hancock, but like,
are you guys from the vault too?
Yeah.
Right. They were like, what? No.
I think that it would be like interesting to see how they react to, considering that he was like a part of Nuka-Cola. I know that those industries kind of went against the other like different brands. I can't remember, was it Sunset Sarsaparilla was the main contender, right? And we see them in
that was in the west. Yeah they weren't out east, but out in the west.
And then it was Vim in the northeast.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Thank you. Yes, that's exactly what I was trying to think of. I know that they kind of had some weird ways of trying to sabotage, I guess you could say, the other person, and kind of like did all these like bad things and evil things kind of in the background. And I wonder if Preston Garvey and Hancock would know or even really have an opinion on that, you know?
Yeah, Probably. I feel like they have opinions about all sorts of things. So, yeah. Well, cool. This sounds like a fun party, man. You guys did a great job. This is a lot of awesome stuff. I don't know if I would attend every one of these parties. Some of them are a little crazy, a little green, but lots of fun stuff. And thank you for joining me again, and for supporting the show, and for being here, and for wrapping up 2022. So here's to 2023 and all the fun that we're going to do this next year with all the episodes and things that I've got planned. So I hope you guys plan to stick around. Why don't we go back through, because we gotta wrap up this episode, and I'm just going to go through the list as I see you guys on the screen, and feel free to share anything that you're doing, that you're working on, that you want the world to know about. And then if you want ways for people to reach out to you, or you can just say, hey, thanks, I'm glad to be here, bye. Like, that's fine too. So we'll start with Maverick. Everybody knows you've got a podcast.
Yes, everyone does. It's approaching its 1 year anniversary in January.
The Fallout Roundtable. So just in case anybody wants to know.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The Fallout Roundtable. We're on. You can follow us on Twitter at FalloutRTB. You can also email us at falloutrtb@gmail.com. Man. But yes, we are approaching our 1 year anniversary. I think it's the second week of January. And then for that, we'll be releasing episodes weekly instead of bi-weekly.
Nice. Upgrade. Very cool.
Yes.
Well, good luck with that. Yeah, go look it up on whatever podcatcher you're listening to this on. You'll be able to find their show as well. So thanks for joining us again. And we've got Gat Your Gun. Thanks for joining us, Gat.
Thanks for having me. I really don't have anything. I don't really do much besides listen to the podcast. So
that's totally cool. Well, thanks for joining us. And you're on the Discord. So if people want to reach out, they can reach out to you on there.
If somebody wants to reach out, I'm on Discord. So probably won't answer until after 3:30 Eastern time, because I'm at work before that. But
yeah, it's the internet. Everybody knows it takes a while for people to answer any messages. So it's just kind of how it goes. But yeah, thanks for joining us. And then Lil Green, as usual, you got your photo business, right?
Yeah, it's the winter, so it's rather slow for me, but I'm trying to enjoy the time off, so I don't have much going on. But if you want to see my work, you can always look me up at @lilgreen_photography. Find me there, or find me in the Discord. I'm just Lil Green in there, I believe. So yeah, that's all I got from me.
Awesome. Well, thanks for joining us again. Then Neurodivergent Dweller, thanks for joining us.
Hi. Thank you for having me. It's still weird for me, but anyway. I'm doing a thing. I'm like writing a fic, because I was like, why not relive my teens and go back and start writing again?
Nice.
And I've been doing a lot of like in-game photography, using like some mods that give you like really good tools to do screenshots and stuff as well. So yeah, it's all new, and it's probably not at its best yet, but
well, hey, that's awesome. That's awesome.
How it goes.
I love people with different artistic abilities and things. That's great. Is there a place where people can check out your stuff, or are you not putting it up yet?
I have a website, which is basically just my name with .com at the end of it.
All right. So neurodivergentdweller.com.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'm on like Instagram as well. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, go check out that stuff. That sounds awesome. Well, thanks for joining us. Mm-hmm. And Nova, I know you got stuff, right?
Yeah. On my YouTube channel, which is just Supernova with a 0 instead of an O. I just did a video about the Nuka-Cola Corporation and all the ins and outs, including this is going to tie into with Born State, including all the sabotage and dirty deals that they were trying to do with the Sunset Sarsaparilla and Vim Pop Corporation. So something you want to check out. Currently, or tomorrow, actually, I'm going to start recording audio for my next video, which is going to be about space exploration and Fallout. It's really not really space exploration. It's more or less all the weapon systems that America decided to put into space for the Sino-American War.
Oh, that's cool.
Along with all the history of that. I do chop my videos up and put each chapter onto TikTok. So if you're more interested in seeing each individual chapter, or you like TikTok better instead of YouTube, I am Supernova Gaming on TikTok and Supernova Gaming as well on Twitter, which I occasionally use. And so if you're interested in seeing Fallout lore in a visual format instead of an audio, then you can check me out instead of Tom.
Well, how about both? Okay,
fine.
Why not both? It's not a zero-sum game. You can watch both.
I know.
There you go. Well, awesome, man. Well, good luck with that. Sounds like some cool topics.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I actually somehow this video has gotten more views than my average, so I'm really excited about that.
That's great.
I poured a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into this one.
Nice. Awesome.
Mostly freeze my hands off as I'm walking around outside, though, writing the script. So that's fun.
Okay. All right. Well, don't freeze your hands off. Awesome. Bennett, you got anything going on?
Yeah. So you guys can catch me on Thursday night, the Elder Scrolls Patron Chat. I'll be there.
Yep.
Working on a YouTube channel where I'll be cooking dishes from just different video games, Fallout, Elder Scrolls. Actually got the official cookbooks for Christmas. So shout out to my wife and brother for that. And got a Blackbriar meadery apron. So you guys will see me in that sometime. Still working on names. So if anyone has any suggestions for that YouTube channel, shoot them to me on the Discord. And I don't really have anything else going on other than that. So
that's awesome. Yeah. Well, keep us posted with that stuff. That sounds great. And then Bjorn, wrapping it up.
Yeah, I really don't have anything that I do as of right now. I do play Xbox. If you want to, play a game with me, friend me or anything, just find me on Discord. My name's Mad Lad Bjorn, just instead of just Bjorn. It's MD, capital MD, LD. And then, that's it. I'm honestly really happy to be here. I love your podcast, so I'm really glad to be a part of it now. This was super fun, even though I came in last minute. Yeah, I'm excited to go back and listen to the episode.
Well, I'm glad you made it, even though it was last minute. I'm glad you were able to squeeze in here and get in there, and then you'll be able to go back and listen to everybody else once this comes out for everyone. So
yeah, that's going to be the most exciting part for sure.
Yeah. Well, awesome, guys. Thank you all for being here. This has been super fun. And just thank you again for another awesome year. The show continues to grow, and that's because of you guys helping to support the show and sharing it with your friends and continuing to listen. So I genuinely appreciate you, and not just our patrons, everyone, even if you just, and I'm putting this in quotes, listen to the show regularly, that still is amazing. So thank you for being here. And that's going to wrap up this episode, the last episode of the year. We'll be back in 2023. That sounds so weird, with some more lore. So stay tuned for that. All right, everyone. I'll see you guys later.
Bye.
To plug into everything else we're doing, check out robotsradio.net. Reach out to me on Twitter at robots_radio. Check out the Robots Radio Rocket Club, where you can join me and a bunch of our other creators creating your podcast, starting a new podcast, or helping your current podcast grow. There's more information about that on robotsradio.net as well. And you can always talk with us and the entire community, over 2,000 people on the Robots Radio Discord. Come join us. We'd love to chat with you. See you guys next time.